Yesterday, we launched Kittl AI, and it's time to celebrate. Let's go! Shout out to everyone that helped us yesterday make this a successful launch on Product Hunt. Thank you all so much, and thank you as well to our collaborators who have been posting videos showing AI, giving you all tips and tricks for using it for things like shirts or book covers or whatever it is. Our collaborators are amazing, so shout out to you all. So what I'm gonna do is first show you some new features and things like that maybe you skipped some of the previous videos this week. I posted a new video each day over this past week of features that were coming out, but let's dive into Kittl. I'm gonna go over those kind of new features, new updates and things like that, and then we'll get right into the AI. I'll give you some tips for using prompts or for using the presets, for how you might want to use them for shirts and things like that, and then you all need to go and play with Kittl AI. So let's dive in. Let's pull this up right here. And so the first big feature is dark mode. Okay, so a lot of you were excited for this. We talked about this a while ago, basically at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year. We said a lot of things were coming, and dark mode is one of them. Now, I got a couple comments. How am I supposed to turn that on? Well, you just need to hover over your profile image. You don't have to click on it anymore. You can just hover over it, and then you have the dark mode slider right here, and it's just so seamless. If I click it off, boom, now I'm back in light mode. If I click it on, boom, I'm in dark mode. Super easy. That's all you have to do. And not only that, on the home page, you now have a couple of extra styles, okay? So Y2K has been blowing up. I know some of you have been checking out our previous videos. Streetwear has also been blowing up, basically in conjunction with Y2K. There's a lot of crossover there, but streetwear is just on the rise right now. People starting to screen print their own stuff at home or using print on demand and starting up their own streetwear businesses. And then Kittl AI. So now we have a Kittl AI category. So these templates were generated with Kittl AI art. Isn't that super cool? And we're going to be adding to this over the coming weeks, over the coming days even, just adding more templates to the Kittl AI category. But be sure to check out the streetwear category as well if you're looking for things specific to that. Of course, you can always use the search bar, okay? Don't forget about how strong the search bar is. So let's go into a new project. There's a couple other updates and things like that we need to talk about. Let's just use standard settings for now. Okay, so a couple of different UI things you might notice up here. We've got our settings, share, and notifications here, but now we have a mockup button. So if you missed the mockup video, please definitely go check it out. I talked specifically about the mockup feature, but if I just show you how that works really quickly, let me go in here and let's choose a design like this one. This is great. I mean, all the templates are great, right? For now, I'm going to go ahead and delete this texture because it's easier to show you that. Let me turn off this background, and then boom, if I click the mockup feature, magic is going to happen, and now I am in the mockup generator, and I can choose a variety of different mockups. I know you guys are going to have a ton of fun with this, putting it in different places, and this is going to allow you to showcase what your products are looking like before you put them online, before you put them for sale. You'll be able to see what they look like, but then more importantly, if you're using this for like Etsy, which is extremely important, or for your own personal shop, now you can have high quality mockups without having to go anywhere else. You can do it all right here in Kittl. It's truly amazing. And then you can download it here, of course, or you could upload it to your uploads. And you know, some people might be like, why would I ever want to upload the mockup to uploads? Well, that saves you from having to maybe later upload it back into Kittl if you're going to want to do something like make a social media post or make a branded post or something and showcase your products in a way like on your website, maybe in a web banner or something like that. You can just save them to your uploads first, and then you could download them and upload them wherever you need to go. Of course, you can also change the mock-up color of whatever the item is here. And this is just the beginning, okay? This is just the beginning. We're going to be adding more mock-ups to this. So for everyone that's been asking or saying like, you need more mock-ups with different expressions, or you need more mock-ups with more poses, like relax. It's gonna get wild. Okay, this is just the beginning, so let's stay tuned. Okay, so if we want to go back to the editor, all you have to do is click boom, back to the editor. There we go, and there we are. A couple of other things that you may not have noticed were photo editing, and that was we actually uploaded that a little while ago. But if we add our photo right here, now you have the AI background remover, which came out a couple weeks ago, and I know a lot of you have had fun with that. But we also have this show all button here, where if I click show all, now I have all of these different editing presets here, or editing adjustments that I can use. So I can change the brightness of my image, I can change the contrast, I can change the saturation. What I love is that you can change the actual color of the image. I mean, that's insane. Okay, you could the possibilities are endless. I also absolutely love the blur feature. Okay, this is super cool if you're going to want to make specific backdrops to use for like your website or your social post. You're going to put a quote over something like that, or you just need a cool like gradient or something in the background. Using blurs is a really cool way to get different kind of gradiated colors. Okay, you can even add noise for like more of a vintage feel. You can add a lot actually, and then you could pixelate it too if you're trying to do something really interesting, or maybe make some video game stuff. And this also, all of these photo editing features that you see here on the right side, they also attribute to all of the images that you make with AI. Okay, so all of the image styles and the Clipart styles that you make over here, you can use all of these same photo editing features, which is super cool. We have image styles that are really specific for images, right? For lack of a better term, if I hit show all and I look at all of these image styles, these preset image styles are tacking on keywords that we've already crafted to give you the best possible result. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times in other AI art programs, you really have to express the detail, the style, the lighting, the coloring, the glow, the whatever. You really got to explain it at the end of it, right, to get a really good image. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've just kind of streamlined that, and this is also just the beginning for this. We're always thinking of more image styles, or the best image styles, the image styles that people want to use. Definitely check out yesterday's video, how to use the AI prompt, because I talk a lot about that, and I go through different image styles. I go through the Clipart styles, I go through the vector styles, and I go through the pattern styles. Okay, so one more thing I want to talk about is, if you're ever like having trouble or you can't really get a specific thing, you can always open up the AI prompt book. This is an excellent page that's going to tell you basically how the styles have been crafted, or what they cater well to. Okay, so the photography one is what you want when you're going to use, when you need something really specific. Okay, like a bright red apple sitting on a wooden table. Okay, that's going to give you a lifelike photo of an apple sitting on a table, right? Synthwave is going to give you that really retro style. Acrylic is going to give you that really canvas layered paint style. Okay, it's acrylic, like paint. We have all of these presets with the examples of what you would want to use. Okay, acrylic is great for super vibrant and colorful. It's ideal for portraits as well as landscapes. Okay, so think backdrops, things like that. Impressionism, okay, like Monet, using this style to create beautiful impressionistic style or impressionism art. Anime, I already mentioned, the image style generates characters or landscapes like anime drawing. Mimics the style of the 20s Art Deco style. This is a great page. Okay, so if you ever need to know what a style is gonna do, or like the way you need to be thinking when using a style, this is a great page to do it. Let's show you how we would maybe generate one for image styles, one for clip art, one for vector art, and one for patterns in the best, maybe in the best way. And let's think about print on demand in mind. So let's go for, a log cabin in the woods with glowing green and purple mist around it. Let's see, let's go for, and then what we're gonna do is, I'm already thinking, so I've got log cabin, I've got woods, I've got glowing green and purple, so the image styles are still going to be good for providing the colors that you want. So we do have some right here that say psychedelic and some that say synthwaves. If I was going to do those, they're already going to provide you with images in those vibrant colors, which is, obviously specific to that style. but I'm going to go for foggy scenery because I've got this kind of fantasy scenic situation happening. I've got a log cabin in woods, I've got glowing green, I've got purple mist around it, whatever. So I'm going to click that foggy scenery because that's what I think is going to give me the best option for this prompt. So let's give it just a second here. Let's see what it says. Okay, and this is super awesome. I mean, that's really, really cool. Okay, so we've got our log cabin clearly in the woods. We've got I said glowing green. We do have some kind of glowing green. I think what it took, which is even better than my idea, is it's glowing yellow, like the lights that are inside it. And then we've got purple mist. I think it might have, mistook mist for like the greenery, which is fine because this is really, really cool. I mean, that's super awesome. I mean, that could be the front of a fantasy novel for your book cover. Maybe we don't so much like those colors. We can just ever so slightly change the hue. Now I've got the glowing green that I was thinking of. Just by slightly changing the hue, we still have that purple. Or if I want to go the opposite direction, I can make it more ominous. It's just these are just so strong. I can make it more saturated or less saturated. Maybe we want just like ever so slightly a little bit more contrast and a little bit less brightness and a little bit more hue. And that's cool. That's already cool. I've already done it with the image style, and that took me all of I don't know how many seconds to do that. I generated it. I made a couple sliders go a couple different ways, and that's already cool. That's already cool for the concept of a novel. It could be art inside of your book. It could be the book cover. It could be a very cool mouse pad. It could be, it could be a square sticker. It could be like a poster. It could be a square canvas. I don't know. Whatever it could be. This is the kind of things that I'm thinking about when I'm using the image styles. Okay, so let's pick a different image style. Let's pick one let's go for a painting. Okay, so with a painting, then let's think about what we would use for a painting scenario or what you would want to be paint. Let's go with a mountain landscape with green trees and snow on the tops, like that. A mountain with landscape with green trees. Let's go for light blue and dark blue colors as well. So I'm giving it a little bit more description. Okay, so now we've got a mountain landscape, green trees, snow on the top, light blue and dark blue. I don't know exactly what that's going to give me, but with the image styles, it's generally okay to give it a little bit more detail without having to say in a painting style. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. That's super cool. Okay, so we definitely have a mountain landscape. We have green trees for sure. We've got snow on the tops, light blue and dark blue colors. Light blue up here, dark blue up down here. Maybe we want it a little bit more intense. We do a little bit more contrast. We turn that hue a little bit more blue, or we back off the blue to a little bit of a cyan or something like that. And that's super cool. I mean, that's painted. So if you are looking for tips about how to use the image styles, generally a little bit more is good, but try not to tell it how to describe it if you're going to use an image style, okay? Because it's already attributing those words, paint on canvas, thick paint, whatever. It's already doing it, okay? So that's a couple of tips for using the image styles presets. Now let's go on to Clipart style, which is really great for things like this is going to be really great for your print on demand. Okay, this is going to be really great for your shirts and for your stickers. Whereas the image styles are going to be great for things that are typically always going to be a full bleed thing. These are going to be really great for your print on demand shirts, your hats, your beanies, your tote bags, your whatever. The image style, the clip art styles and the vector styles are going to be like supreme for your print on demand. So obviously with kawaii style and pretty much all these clip art styles, as mentioned over in the prompt book, less is more here. So we already know the style of what we want. So if I go a sea turtle and I hit generate image, I already know that it's going to give me that kawaii style. I don't have to try to explain to the AI what that style looks like. We've already done the hard work in making that do that. So now I've got this cute little turtle right here, and then boom, I can hit the AI background remover, and there it is. Okay, so that's that's absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so now I've got this cute little sea turtle, and I can size him up or leave him how he is. I can use him for a shirt. I could put some text around him right here, or I could go download him like this. I could add him into like Redbubble, and it's already going to give me that clean white border around it, and boom, I've got a sticker. Okay, or you could do this with your stickers for Cricut or something like that if you're going to do them at home. Or you could put these all, you could generate a couple of them and do printable. Okay, you could use these as printable stickers for Etsy or something like that. So again, less is more with the clip art styles. Let's do something a little bit more intense, like a product shot. Over on the prompt book, you saw a top hat. Let's go for a product shot of let's go a vintage camera. Let's see what it decides to give us for a vintage camera. Again, the use case for this could be social post. It could be using them in tandem with a streetwear design or something like that. You could do, okay, so that's really cool. So we've got this super old vintage camera. We could leave it on the white, but we can just hit AI background remover, let the magic happen, and then boom, we have such a clean cutout of this vintage camera. And this could be a really cool streetwear design, actually, if we put like some text here behind it or over here or something like that says like taking like the old days or something. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna be the best right now with the slogans and things like that, because I'm trying to explain how this works. But you see how simple is better, less is more with the clip art styles, because we've already added so much to the AI to know what the style is. Okay, so there's some examples for that. And this is going to be very similar for vector art. I'm not saying you can't necessarily get more intense with it. If we go back to the prompt book, let's go down to vector art. And so like these are going to be, again, less is more. Okay, so line art, a beautiful blooming rose. Let's go back. Let's also try the line art setting. So let's go to the line art setting. Let's go, I showed the example of a sunflower yesterday in how it's super nice if you use less words. But let's go with a blooming rose, and let's see what it does for that. Now, again, only 3 words. It should give me a pretty good render. Less is always going to be better for these styles. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that already kind of looks like a wall art print or something. Now it is more rugged because it is, kind of symbolizing that or replicating that line art style, that really rugged one go through with your pen or something like that. And that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not quite bloomed yet. I said a blooming rose, but it still took it as not a full rose. So that's pretty cool. What I also like a lot is the stencil photo. This is also going to be, again, less is more. I know that when you look at stencil photo, you want to try your best to describe the face of someone or a person or whatever, but it's a stencil photo, so it's already attributing a lot of these effects to it. So let's go a bearded man with a top hat. Again, simple is more. You got to really decide what you're going to use this for. This is also super powerful for streetwear. The stencil photo is really nice. Also, seeing as it is vector, it is super powerful for streetwear. That's super cool. That's it's very much what I asked it to do. And again, vector, so we can change the color of however we want to do it. And again, I didn't try to explain the type of face that they had. I mean, you could go in there, you could try to give it a lot of different detail, but all of these vector styles, all of the clip art styles are doing really, really well with less is more. Now, always check out the prompt book. See how we're using prompts, see the descriptions that are provided for each prompt. Really go in there and learn that so that you know the best way to give the AI what to do so that it gives you the best image that you want. So let's talk about patterns for just a second. Now, these are all going to pretty much give you what you want from the pattern. Okay, so if you're using the Baroque style, which is very vintagey, it's very like semi-gothic, a little bit older, it's going to give you a style in that old genre. So if I'm using Baroque and I go over into the pattern styles and I look at what it is, look at what it's described as, creates patterns reminding of old masters oil paintings. Okay, so I'm already thinking like, okay, what would an oil painting be like? What is the AI most accurately going to represent? Okay, I'm already thinking like people, Shakespearean style replications, vintage florals, things like that. I showed this example, acanthus leaves. I showed an example of that in the previous video with green and blue colors. I'm just going to actually do green and blue because I think it already knows what that is. So I'm already thinking of like what works with old school or old master painters or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to give this, and look at that, that's beautiful. I mean, that's awesome. Like, I'm not going to try to give this like iPhones with messages popping up on the front of it to try to give me a pattern in the Baroque style. Now, so another extremely strong category is the texture category, and this you can really go any way you want with the texture, the style that you're wanting to. So let's go with ripped paper with coffee stains. Again, it's going to give me a texture, so I'm already thinking of things that have texture to them. Paper has texture. I added that there were rips to it. I added that there were stains to it, and that's awesome. I mean, that's what I asked it for. I asked it for paper that's got some rips around it, that has a coffee stain. I said stains. It did give me one big stain. But again, it's going to give me similar to what I want because I chose the prompt carefully along with the style. So learn the prompts, learn the descriptions from the prompt book that are going to give you the best options for this. All right, so hopefully that was helpful for just showing like how you can think about the prompts. Okay, it's really important to craft your prompt. You really do want to set it up for success. Okay, so if you pick a vintage style like steampunk in the image settings or Baroque in the painting patterns category, and then you try to put in there high fidelity MacBook Pro with pink mist coming out of it or something, I mean, just think about it. It's going to give you whatever steampunk thinks that should look like, and Baroque is going to give you whatever that thinks it looks like. So always try to attach what you're looking for to the style, and you're going to get a much better render of what you're wanting to do. Now, with the vector styles, you can really go crazy. I mean, if you put in there a camera, it's going to give you a camera. If you put a phone, it's going to give you a vector phone that you can go in and you can change, scale up, change the color, all of that stuff. So use the prompt book. I've got that link down below. So definitely let me know what you think of Kittl AI so far. Let me know what you think of the mockups feature. Definitely comment down below so I can hear what you think. Let us know if you have any feedback, how it's been going for you, any suggestions you have. We're always happy to hear it. We're always taking feedback pretty much all the time, iterating as fast as we can. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's going to take just a second. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, and join the Discord. The Discord is always amazing. It's always the first access to me. I have the Discord open pretty much all day, and if I can't get to you, Julian or Sam will get to you, or Leslie, or the other community members that are in there all of the time, always engaging. We have a general chat, which I think is great. Everybody's just in there saying, hey, how's your day going? Thanks so much for watching. Go try the AI, and I will see you in the next video.